Welcome back to my next class in the ultimate crash course to living on the road. Now I can hear a selective exclamation out there, even from here I can hear it, of people who are saying, "Oh Bob, I can't afford that. That's just, I know I would love to have a life of travel and adventure and freedom. Oh, it sounds wonderful. It's a fairy tale. I can't do it. No one can do it." Well, I want you to know that you can, and all the classes in this course are designed to show you how you can do it. The key thing is to break the power of money on our lives. Whether we like it or not, money is a tyranny. It's a master in our lives. Yeah, if you want to eat, you have to have money. If you want money, you have to have a job. So our whole life revolves around money and getting a job to get money, and our very self-worth is based on money and possessions and power and prestige and productivity. The four P's, I call them: possessions, power, prestige, and productivity. Our lives revolve around those things. You know, we talk about what our real values are and we think about them and we have words about them, but if you look at your life, those are the four things that you value in your daily life. And so we're going to have to make some changes and get over that and have new values by breaking the tyranny of money. Okay, so how are we going to live? Let's talk about the nuts and bolts of money. How can I possibly afford to live that way, Bob? It's just crazy. How are you going to be able to afford this life? Let's get down to the nuts and bolts. Lots of talking, but again, wherever you go, there you are. If there aren't some fundamental changes in your heart, you'll bring them out here and you'll just end up with more stuff and deeper in debt, and you'll crash and burn, and I don't want that for any of you. So first, we're going to eliminate rent. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to get out of mortgages, out of rents, live in a car, van, or even an RV as cheaply as we possibly can. Step one. I'll show you how to do that in the next class. Then you will need to live a minimal, frugal, simple life. You will have changed, the hole in your heart will have been filled, hopefully, over time. It's not going to happen overnight for most of us. And so that craving need for more and bigger and better and spending more things and surrounding yourself with more things will let go, and you'll be able to live with just the minimum amount of things. I want you to understand this, though, that having more things absolutely will not make you happy, but at the same time, having less things absolutely will not make you happy. It's when you stop looking for happiness out here in things, either more things or less things, that you can find happiness inside by living in harmony with yourself, living in harmony with the earth, living in harmony with others, and living in harmony with the sacred. That's the only source of happiness on this planet. If you're looking for it anywhere out here in more things or less things or in different things, you'll never have it, because you're not looking for the only source of true contentment and peace and happiness inside your heart. So we're going to live frugal, simple lives in cars, vans, and RVs. Number three is we're going to adopt a lifestyle of reduce, reuse, recycle. We're going to start getting all of our things at thrift stores first. We're going to reuse them. We're going to repair our clothes. We're going to keep our vehicle running good. We're going to repair it all the time. We're going to get one vehicle and use it for a very long time by taking good care of it and repairing it. We're going to reduce, reuse, recycle. In that way, by reducing, reusing, and recycling, we are going to break the tyranny and power of money. It will no longer be the master of our lives. We will make our own decisions. The next thing you need to do is learn self-reliance skills. So things that you pay other people to do, you should try to learn how to do. If you can learn to do your own oil changes, then that's money you keep in your pocket. If you can learn how to repair your clothes, then you don't have to go to the thrift store and buy new clothes. You just keep repairing the ones you have. If you learn how to put in your own starter, which is a difficult job, but not impossible. Anyone can do it. If you learn how to get out of being stuck so you don't have to call a tow truck or change your own tire or carry extra gas, learn self-reliance skills so that you do things for yourself and you don't pay someone else to do them. You can start with that right now. Go to take a course in auto mechanics and learn the basics so that you can take better care of your car without paying someone else to do it. That'll save you a lot of money and let you live a lot cheaper. Next, we want to learn to live in the tribe, to live in the community, to have harmony and connection to each other, and live and barter and trade in the community. We want to develop this tribe of people that I care for you, you care for me. Together, we live better together than we ever could alone. And so if you have a skill, you help me. If I have a skill, I help you. And so in that way, we keep our money in ourselves by we're not paying, or if we do pay, we pay a whole lot less for the things that we need done, skills and services. One thing I would suggest everyone do is to find a skill or a craft or an art or something, or a service that you can create and sell. Humans were born to create. One of the reasons we are so addicted to money and things is because we no longer create. And so because we can't create things, we gather them in, we long for them, and we become addicted to them. So being creative, find a creative outlet, hopefully that you can sell or that you can teach, that will help you to live without money. But that ability to create and get the inward outward will change your life and will really break the power of addiction to things and money. Another big thing we should all be learning is how to have multi-purpose. So you'll have fewer things, but higher quality things. And that's my recommendation here, is that you don't have less things, but what you have is quality and will last and brings you pleasure. So find things that will last and that bring you pleasure, and find multi-purpose things. One thing that does many things. You buy one object, spend the money on that, make it good quality, and have it do multiple things, so you have less things in your vehicle, and so you have takes up less space, and they're better quality and do more. That will help you a lot in the need, reduce your need for money and the slavery to money. And finally, most of us, we're going to reduce our expenses as much as we can, but we still are going to need a job. And so we're going to have a whole video on different jobs you can do to bring in extra money. If you're on a fixed income, you're making $800, $1,000 a month, you can live decently on that, but your finances will steadily go down, your emergency fund will go down, your savings, and you'll probably need to get a job. And a lot of you are young, you don't have a fixed income, and so you'll have to work jobs. And so for working jobs, I have a course, I'll teach you a lot of different things, jobs you can have on the road. Then the idea there is that you work a short period of time and then you take time off. So a really common way to do it is to work in the summer, try to work and make enough in the summer and then take the other 9 months off. Or to work 6 months out of the year and take the other 6 months off. Worst comes to worst, you could work a year and then take a year or 2 or 3 years off. And the higher your skill level, so you should be learning skills that are sellable, and you can get more on the marketplace where you go sell yourself for $1. And so get the most from the jobs you have to have. I'll tell you all about jobs you can get. There are some of the basic jobs that are available to you as a nomad. And then once you have a job, you can work it a little while and get the maximum amount of freedom in your life. That's our goal. Work a little bit of time, lots of freedom otherwise. I'm afraid we can't do without money. None of us are that free, but we want to be as free of money and things and the addiction to them as we possibly can be. If you will do these things, your life will be better if you never become a nomad. If you have any debt, get out of debt. I highly recommend Dave Ramsey's course, 7 Baby Steps to Get Out of Debt. So Google search that and take those steps and get out of debt. You'll be so glad, no matter what you decide about becoming a nomad, if you can get out of debt. Next, write out a budget and eliminate your biggest expense of housing, rent, mortgage, utilities, all that, and see how much you spend every month right now and keep track of it. That's really something that'll help you, is if you actually keep track of all your spending and then eliminate the non-essential, because you're going to start turning inward today to find your real happiness and break your addiction to all those things and spending that money and getting things so you can hold them. That's a false happiness. You're going to start trying today to break that addiction. And then number 3, build an emergency fund. Whatever you do the rest of your life, having an emergency fund is one of the best things you can possibly do. Getting out of debt, knowing a budget, knowing where your money's going, and building an emergency fund will make your life so much better. That's your homework. Okay, well, I hope that helped you to some degree, and that gives you an idea of how you can afford to live this life. In fact, my question for you is, how can you afford to not live this life?